to the Director of Football, Journeyman, with Dorogi. We are back today for the second leg of the Magyar Kupa semi-final against Videoton. As you can see, spoiler alert, we beat them 3-1 in the first leg, away from home, and then we play last year's league champions, Puskás Akademika, in the league. Results-wise, since you were here in the Ferencvárosi game, we went and beat MTK Budapest 3-1. What can I say? Fairly easy game. Then we drew with Dorogi. It was Lorenzi had a very good game. Everyone else was a bit Fugete had a good game as well. But then we went and beat Kisvarda 4-0. Absolute domination. 4-0 up by half time. Then the player sent off in the 3-0 up at half time. Thomas Kiss went and scored a fourth in 78 minutes, just cherry on top. And then, as I said, beat Videoton in the first leg, 3-1. Soisalo, Kleber with a penalty, and Jesper Lindström all scoring after we went 1 down. Then we beat Puskás in the cup. The Mask finally scored. 30 competitive hours of football before Tamás Kiss scored a goal. No, the Mask. Before the Mask scored. He hadn't scored for 30 hours. But he managed to get one against Paxi. So for the game today against Videoton, this is how we're lining up. We have Poljak in goal, standard. Dundierski and Silvia as our wingbacks. Magnori and Endoy as our central defenders because Fernandez and Toth are both suspended. Fugete and Kleber as our central midfield with Soisalo and Kiss. Why do I keep saying Kish? As our wide men. Lorenzi behind the Mask because, like I said, the Mask finally scored a goal. Both centre backs being suspended. It's going to make it interesting because I don't think these two have actually played together. If I'm not mistaken, they've never actually played together. He has had a bit of an increase recently. So, we've got a young fella on the bench, Laszlo Szabo, just there to make up numbers. I wanted at least one defender on the bench. Unfortunately, that defender is a left back, so it's not great. We don't have an awful lot of players at the club anymore, to be fair. So I'm hoping that Endai and Nagorny can play well, because we're up from the first leg. We have 3 away goals. We should be fine. Just saying it now, we should be fine. First highlight, they have a free kick just outside our area. 3 minutes in, and they've put it wide. Okay. Hopefully that was the majority of it. To be fair, I wouldn't mind if there was no highlights whatsoever. Lorenzi with a free kick. Nagorny doesn't quite get there. And now Videoton are on the break. It's 1v3. And they somehow managed to get it back to one of their players. But they still keep hold of the ball. Not Agbo. Or to Viverchenko. Oh, Poljak. Take those all day. Poljak is, after making his international debut as well for Bosnia, he's played twice. In their most recent games, the Mask manages to keep hold of the ball, gets the corner in, and Lorenzi, he's just put it over. Sylvia has been booked. We have a left back on the bench. Don't you be forgetting. We have a left back on the bench. Endai to take a free kick. Sylvia gets it across. Soisalo, beautiful first touch. And the keeper just pushes it wide. So we have a corner. Fugete to take it. Back post. Nobody is there. Lorenzi whips it across. Fugete gets there, and the Mask gets taken off his boot. Another free kick just outside the area. They're getting an awful lot of free kicks right on the edge of the area. We're not pressing as much as we normally do. Sylvia, poor header away. gets done, and then thankfully they just slot that wide. It's been a very poor game for on-shot targets. As I say, Nagorny just heads over. Tomasz Kiss having a bit of a poor game again today. And Videoton just put it wide again. Oh god. This is like our entire front line from the centre midfielders forward not having great games. Ndai's having a good game. Everyone else, is there anything I can change? So let's see. No, to pretty much change you to an inverted winger and see if that makes a difference. So I said, you really are just a winger. Put the mask to advance forward. Maybe that'll do something. And I think what we're going to do is just set it so we press people constantly. And Nagorny's picked up knock. We don't have a centre back on the bench, so Nagorny's going to have to play. Just keep playing. Alright lads, bit of creativity. Okoro. Oh, Donierski wins the ball. He's got the mask. Donierski's going to take the shot by himself. I did not expect Donierski to do that. He wins the ball in our half. Bombs down the wing. Cuts inside. It looked like he was going to pass it to the mask. Overdoes a touch. Keeper doesn't get out fast enough, and Donierski slots it home. 4-1 on aggregate. Kiss. Very poor ball. Across. I think that's quite possibly Tomasz Kiss being taken off. And Polyak pushes the ball wide. Oh yeah, Tomasz Kiss is coming off. 4. I'm going to move the mask to... Actually, I leave... No. Inside forward for the mask. Bring Kiss off. I'm going to bring on Argelain. I want Argelain to get a goal. Kleber's having a very poor game. We'll bring on Lindstrom, but swap the two of them. And we see where we go from there. There's nobody that can slot into... He's fine. 74%. It's grand. I think we have 3 days till we play. We have 3 days till our next game. And this is pretty much our first team. Sylvia blocks it and clears it. Unfortunately, nobody is there. Argelain's closing down. Sylvia wins the ball again. Argelain, the mask, puts Laurenzi through. That was an interest. He kind of turned his body. Well, I suppose he kind of went that way, and then somehow like, pinged it. We're continuing to have a pretty poor time up front, but we're doing the business. We're going to take off Soysala, bring on Markovic, leave him have a little bit of a run around. Looks like they've changed the formation. That's grand by me. And for the last couple of minutes, we are just going to lob these. I'm going to make you a false 9. I haven't had a false 9 in my team for a couple of seasons at least. I think the last time we had a false 9 was Merani, back when we played and managed in Georgia. So that's fantastic, lads. I did not expect us to win this game. Of all the games, this was not one I expected to. The fact we beat them in the first leg was a surprise. Beating them in the second leg, very big surprise. It may be to do with the fact that if you look at their transfers, Marklon Ellison was their best striker. He's gone to New York City. And they had another striker sold as well. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But they sold their best striker. So that's not ideal for them. But it's fantastic news for us, because we have beaten Videoton to get into the final. And we've been given 13k. And Donierski was man of the match. Defensive work. it was the goal. The goal is what was good. The goal. Yeah. No. Can't praise him on how well he scored. You know. So next we're going to play Puskás Akademika, and then we only have 4 or 3 league games. So we'll probably come back for the Videoton game, and then the either Ferencvárosi or Kisvárda in the final of the cup for tomorrow. So this episode we're going to finish off against Puskás Akademika. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, share with all your friends, all that good stuff. Comment. Who do you think we're going to be playing in the final? We're going to find out in the next part of this video. But yeah, back in a second. Right, so we're back for the Puskás Akademika game. And we're going with pretty much the same team that started the Videoton game. Toth comes in for Nagaroni because he is injured. Yeah, he's out for up to 7 days with a pulled thigh. Because Tamas Kiss didn't play well, I'm going to have the Mask play on the left, and Argelain is going to start up front. Yes? Yeah. No turning back now. I'm slightly weary that Polyak and Toth and Argelain are all wanted. We could be in a situation where we lose a good portion of our best players, which is not ideal. Yeah, go and give the media a wordy display. Clever. Yeah, Clever didn't have a great game in the last one. But then again, none of, from central midfield forward had a good game. So I could have probably taken pretty much anyone out, and it wouldn't have been the worst decision. We've just had our first highlight, but Mask heading over. And was that Argelain headed on? And the keeper manages to clutch at it. Videoton are playing today, or have they already played? I could bring up the matches. Oh, they're playing, yeah. I think everyone's playing, bar Ferencvárosi and Kisvárda, because they played their cup game yesterday or the day before. They've not had a whole lot of time in between the matches that they played. Ferencvárosi did win the tie overall, so we're going to be playing Ferencvárosi in the final game of the season to win a cup. And Aziz Ndai started ahead of Fernandez today, and he's boshed it in 1-up, and it pushes ahead of Videoton. Dundierski, his star rating's gone down, but he is playing really rather well of late, and he's going carbon copy. Not quite. Clever picks up the ball this time. Gets dispossessed. Ravezi is a Argelain. Oh, Argelain scored. He hasn't scored in so long, but Argelain has managed to get himself a cheeky little goal. The striker, this guy here, Ravesh, he is probably playing for his place along with his strike partner. The two of them are playing to get into the Hungarian team for the Nations League in the upcoming summer. Because I think Chalet, Soisalo hits the crossbar. Chalet is in the team currently. I don't think Ravesi is. I can't remember now, to be honest, because we've only played, like I said, we've only played the 2 games. We lost, I don't know to actually tell you, we lost to China 2-1. Did not realise we were outsiders to win that game. But then we played Vietnam, beat them 8-3. Don't remember mentioning it. I don't even know. Argelain! Oh! Argelain just puts it wide. Yeah, we smashed Vietnam 8-3. It was quite fun to watch. Pretty much every goal came in the second half. Vietnam did take the lead, which was disappointing, but it's fine. Toth is absolutely dominating the defence today. Dundierski managed to keep hold of it. Soysalo, not a great attempt at a cross. Aziz keeps a hold, or tries to keep a hold of his man. Gosa has offside. Yep. Valach was offside. No. Right, so we're going to go in at half-time. 2 up. And Videoton have taken the lead. Mitrovsky is actually under transfer request from another American team. So Videoton might lose another one of their best players. This is just, it's fantastic. It's going so well for us. Our main rivals are losing their best players to the MLS. What better way to win the league than be consistent and have your main rival's best players be stolen away by the MLS teams? Videoton have gone 2 up now. The mask. That was a cross? Because if it was a shot, it was terrible. Zele. Dundierski. The mask managed to keep... Well, the mask did quite well to keep that in. Sylvia. Not as good at the throw-ins as Dundierski is. Clever picks up the ball. Back to mask. Fugete. Soysalo. Considering taking Soysalo. Argelin! I've been considering taking Soysalo off because he's had such a very... He's not had that bad of a game, but according to his rating, he's had a poor game. And Markovic is sitting on the bench. So, we'll make that change anyway. Bring on Markovic. The Masks are not having a great game, to bring on Tamas Kiss, but make him an inverted winger. Same with Markovic. Why not? Dundierski. Sometimes I wish, I have it set to long throws, but I wish they thought about it, and it wasn't just a case of wherever we are on the pitch, we just lump it. If we're in our own half, pick someone close. If we're closer to their box, then maybe go for the long throw. But if you're at the halfway line, there's no point in attempting to get it into the box. Give the lads a bit of praise. Fugete. Nobody was there, but Clever picks up the ball. Whips it back across. Again, nobody's there. Fugete, he's a little tired, so I can't really blame him for not chasing after that. But then Dundierski hits sort of clear. Toth. Beautiful interception. Argelin, 1-on-4. And that bit of a miss hit, but I'll hold my hands up. I'm fine with that. Argelin's done the business. How long has it been since he actually scored? I am curious. Oh, it's been at least 20 games. 20 games 20 games for the team. He has been injured or unused substitute for some of that. But he's played 12 of 20 and hasn't scored. And look, I'm delighted. Fantastic, lads. Well done. Nice victory. Dundierski. I'm not gonna say anything to the 2 lads that came off for playing poorly, but this is fantastic. Our youth intake, 12 of them are leaving just as we play, or it's probably going to be before we start the next game. They're not good. They're not good enough. One thing I've noticed since we left Tbilisi, youth intake's been pretty turd. In Ireland, in the other series I was doing, we had a fantastic youth intake. Every single season we had 5-star potential players. Not so much now. One thing I'm curious about actually is how much is Ellison getting paid to play in America? 10,250. Yeah. 16 finishing. The guy is a monster. So, away from home, cheeky little 2-0 win. Argelin ends his goal drought. 10 matches without a goal. yeah, it's been a time. That's Dunierski's second game in a row that he's man of the match. So I'm more than happy with that. Like I said, for the next episode, we will be back to play Videoton, which could be a title decider, probably will be, based on how the league is going at the moment. And then we will play Ferencvárosi to try and win our first cup, because I know we've won promotion, but promotion cups don't count. We've won the league last year. Yeah, it could be our first cup. It's not our first final, because we had a final with Merani, if I remember correctly. Our reputation is up to 50%, which is not bad. Terrible at goalkeeping, coaching, and we can't work with youngsters. Also, not very adaptable. We've worked in Iceland, Georgia, and Hungary, but we can't adapt. I also signed a contract. Don't know if I said that. Up to 2.8k per week. It's a 2-year deal. I probably won't see out that deal. Overall balance making me a little bit weary that the club might go into some sort of massive financial debt. But we are doing everything that they want. We haven't signed any players over 30. We're working within the wage budget, which is exactly what they want. And we've avoided relegation. We've also finished top half. So we're 2 years ahead of schedule as it stands right now. So I'm on an A+. We've won the league last year. We are almost guaranteed top 3 minimum this season. Could even win the league if we win back to back. If we win back to back, a parade will have to be thrown for me, because I will have to be crowned the best manager in the history of the world, because we haven't had a striker scoring many goals this season at all. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching, fellas. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!